Hello and welcome to the Cricketnext YouTube channel. Cricketnext brings to you an exclusive conversation with former India World Cup winner and now a JioCinema expert Zaheer Khan. इस इंटरव्यू में जहीर खान ने काफी कुछ कहा है, काफी काफी बातें की हैं. Be it about MS Dhoni and his future in the Indian Premier League, be it about the impact player rule, his take on India's opening combination for the T20 World Cup. तो जो जियो सिनेमा का एक्सटेंसिव एक्सपर्ट पैनल है उसमें से आज जहीर खान आपके लिए चुन के लाए हैं और काफी इन डिटेल इन डेप्थ उनके टेक्स और स्पेशली हिज टेक ऑन द वर्कलोड मैनेजमेंट बाय द बॉलर्स वेयर ही really comes across with a very strong point, and do listen to what he says about bowlers workload management and about MS Dhoni's future in the Indian Premier League. Do enjoy this interview, and to get more such interviews do subscribe to the Cricketnext YouTube channel. आपके लिए ऐसी exclusive conversations लाते रहेंगे, but for now presenting you JioCinema expert and exclusive conversation with Zaheer Khan. Hi Zaheer, thank you so much for talking to us. Just your thoughts on IPL 2024 so far. Which team has impressed you the most?
Well, IPL brings the kind of excitement which it always does, and this year also has not been any surprise. They're already talking about the most explosive IPL so far we've seen with the bat. The batters are taking advantage of the power play. Sunrisers, when you're talking about batting, is something which has impressed me. I think they've pushed the bar when it comes to setting the targets, and that is something which looks disruptive in a way, and it's going to push the other teams also to have that kind of approach. And another team which I feel has been doing well is KKR. You know, KKR, they started off with a win, but what's more important is the old guards are back at the helm again when it comes to performances. Sunil Narine has impressed each and everyone, putting the pressure back onto the bowlers, contributing with the bat and ball. And Russell is also looking good. So I think those are the biggest positives when you're looking at KKR.
Yeah. Zaheer, a word on MS Dhoni and the way he has been batting so far. Do you think this is his last season, or with the impact player rule being there, he can play a few more seasons?
Well, I think that one question, you got to stay away from. Let him decide what he wants to do and how long he wants to play. We all enjoy every time he's walking out there, the crowd's reaction, the emotions which are connected with Mahendra Singh Dhoni is something which is phenomenal, and we can enjoy it for as long as he's ready to give us those kind of moments. What is impressive with him this season is the way he is taking the attack and putting bowlers under pressure right from the word go. He's so smart. He's so prepared. And is that his approach and the mind is just is phenomenal for him to know exactly what is bowler thinking, and that game awareness is superb. The way he played that 4 ball 20 run knock in Wankhede was something really special to witness.
Yeah. Zaheer, do you think preparations have become easier for the batters in the nets because they have side armors, they have net bowlers, so they can invest more times, hours and hours in the nets, whereas bowlers with the workload they have, वो nets में इतना time नहीं लगा सकते. Has this helped batters over the years in becoming more destructive as in the T20 format we are seeing?
Well, you're right about the batters. They spend a lot of time and repetitions when it comes to hitting and getting that flow going.
Yeah.
With regard to bowlers, I think you rightly use the word workload, and I think it's a very overrated word. They are stuck in that workload management and all those kind of things which they need to snap out of, because you look at the bowlers who've been making that impact, and Bumrah is that name which is right up there. What is he doing? He's playing all the formats. He's not shying away from bowling. He's a bowler. He's ready to bowl as many overs as possible for him to get into that mind space where he's confident of executing his options. So for a bowler, it's very important. If you're a bowler, you got to bowl. And Bumrah is someone who is a classic example of that. He's played the Test series. He's played 3 or 4 Test matches. He's bowled enough for him to be in this kind of a rhythm. So
Yeah,
for you to be able to execute your options, you got to be in good rhythm. And for
yeah,
you to be in good rhythm, you got to bowl enough.
yeah.
So as simple as that, I think bowlers need to start getting into that mindset if they have to compete with the kind of pressure which they've been put under in this IPL from batters.
Yeah, and Zahi, talking about the impact player rule, do you think it is tilting the game more in favor of the batters now, as every team is looking to bring in depth in their batting lineup?
Look, the all-rounders is someone who will maybe have that kind of impact. So
Yeah,
the rule is basically allowing you to choose,
yeah,
and maybe RR is a right
yeah,
example with regard to this, that they're choosing 6 batters and 5 pure bowlers, and then maybe create a 6 bowling option if need be. But it depends on what kind of lookout you have in terms of making that playing 12. Uh, if if at all this rule is going to affect anything, I think it's going to affect that half and half all-rounder kind of a position. A genuine all-rounder will always have
yeah, yeah.
the weightage, but maybe the find of that, the specialist options will have a more weightage going forward. So with that regard, the rule is debatable.
Yeah. And the last two questions for you, Zahir. Number one being Rohit and Virat Kohli. A lot talked about them being the opener in the T20 World Cup. Do you back this combo, or do you still believe that Rohit should have a youngster along with him and Virat in number three?
Well, you have plenty of options. When you're looking at the playing 11, it always depends on how the selectors, the coaching staff, the captain is looking to stack up your squad and then have those options. I think the flexibility is definitely going to be to have these options available at your disposal, and I think that should be the right approach. You should be focusing on more of 15 member squad, which is going to allow you to be flexible and allow you to be having the tactical advantage if you want to play it that way. Rohit being specialist opener, you will have 1 or 2 more
Yeah.
specialist openers, and you will look at Virat at number three is something which I feel.
Yeah, and lastly, Zahir, you have been working with JioCinema for a long time now, and you have been commentating in three different languages: English, Hindi, Marathi. Which language have you enjoyed the most so far, and how has your experience been working with JioCinema?
Well, all of them, all of the languages I've had fun with, and it's just like dressing room banter also, isn't it? When you are here, we are in our new studio now. The studio is also getting settled, and you have all the cricketers coming here, spending time together in your off time. So
Yeah,
which always takes you back to that dressing room environment and the stories flow. So every language com box I go to, I get a taste of that. I get a flair of that.
yeah,
So it's all good. I think the languages is something which is getting people more connected with the game,
yeah,
because you can have that kind of a choice now.
yeah,
If you want to listen to the game in your own language and get enjoyment out of that,
yeah,
then that option is something which is going to make you excited. It certainly has made me excited, because when I go in Marathi and talk the game in Marathi, it takes me back to my initial days where your coaching and everything was in
yeah,
Marathi. So suddenly, all those memories are coming back. You're chatting in that flow. So that's
yeah,
a good side of thing. And
yeah,
with Hindi also, it has that element.
yeah,
And Hindi, our fellow commentators always they keep on coming with different phrases and different words to make the game more interesting, and for people to enjoy it more. So that's fun. And when I'm going in the English com box, you
yeah,
have the insiders. So Minga is there and Robs is there.
yeah.
Scotty Styris, Owen Morgan. So you're
Yeah,
getting that full international uh, uh, taste also when it
yeah,
comes to understanding the game and talking about the game. So it's
yeah,
all fun.
yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Zaheer, for talking to us. Have a nice day.